whoa. Welcome into the Casual Chaos Live podcast, the one, the only, the first non-AI driven sports wagering community podcast. I'm your host, Jay Ash, joined as always by the real Jeff and the real Bubba. What's going on, fellas?
Not much, Jay. How you doing, Bubba?
I'm doing great. I got a glass of wine. It's Wednesday night. I'm ready to pot it up.
Yeah, we got some shit to talk about tonight, so.
Oh, we've got shit. We've got dirt. We've got sports. We've got wagering. We've got it all. It's 8:20 on a Wednesday night. That's right. We're coming back on a Wednesday yet again due to scheduling conflicts that AI could not sort out on our calendars. So the theme is going to not be AI tonight. I'm just joking. We were having a conversation before we jumped on air. We do have a lot to talk about. We've got World Baseball Classic managers that don't know how to run pool play. We've got NCAA basketball conference tournaments, punching tickets, having a great time. We've got NFL frenzy in the offseason on the field and off. We've got NBA. We've just got a lot of things to talk about, and we're going to try to get it done in just under 4 hours for everybody tonight. So without any further ado, why don't we just jump into talking tickets, and we'll just get this podcast off to the right start. Producer Tyler, what do we got?
Yes, sir. And as always, before we dive into the board, look at these lines. This segment of Talking Tickets is brought to you by Last Rep. Look, we all know the grind isn't just a buzzword. Whether you're hitting the gym or sweating a parlay until the West Coast games wrap up, your body takes the hit. That's why we've partnered with Last Rep, the world's first athletic recovery cocktail. It's a crisp, refreshing, hemp-derived THC athletic recovery beverage designed specifically to help you dial it back, recover, and get ready for the next round. No hangover, no bloat, just the perfect way to settle in while we go over today's action. Whether you're crushing workouts, crushing parlays, or just crushing life, Last Rep's got your back. Recovery shouldn't be complicated. It should be convenient, effective, and taste damn good. This new and exciting seltzer is now available at select locations across Tampa Bay. However, here's the best part. As a Casual Chaos listener, you can grab yours with 20% off using code CHAOS at trylastrep.com. That's code CHAOS, CHAOS, for 20% off. Now, let's get into some tickets.
Woo!
Bang, bang. We'll start off with just a bad beat here, right, for yours truly. I had a 5-leg parlay here. I believe this was on Saturday. Had Jalen Suggs to score over 10 points, Tyrese Maxey to have over 31.5, Michael Porter Jr. to have over 21.5, and Giannis to score over 26.5. I also had Chet Holmgren to score over 16.5. He didn't end up playing, so they wiped that out and give me a new line. So it was a plus 760 on the 4-way parlay, and I lost it by a half a point. Tyrese Maxey needed 32. He had 31. Needed over. Yeah, so a tough one there. Tough one to lose, but, you throw a prayer. It was a $2 bet. It wasn't going to, it doesn't kill me, but it would have been nice to hit a little, $40 win on a $2 bet.
Absolutely.
But we keep it moving. We keep it chugging. Rain Man threw us some dynamite winners here for, he had Charles Oliveira on UFC 326 the other night. He had him in a wins by decision or technical decision, plus or 250 to win 2,100. And he also had wins by KO, TKO, or DQ. So that's the one that came in. Or correct, he ended up getting a KO, or was that a unanimous decision?
It was decision.
Yep, this is a unanimous decision. I was mixing up fights. So his winner, his bigger payout, actually was the one that won. So he had the winner by decision. So 250 won him 2,100. So a nice little W there for Rain Man.
Nice.
Clearly thought Charles was going to win, and it was an easy one. Nice one here for Rain Man. Rain Man had a good little Saturday-Sunday combo. He had Akshay Bhatia to win. This must have been live because he had him at plus 220. Probably put it in on Sunday. Probably on the back nine. Akshay made a great move on Sunday. Daniel Berger ended up collapsing, but he had $30 for him to win 66. Ended up going to a playoff. He probably thought after the drive on 18 in regulation he was probably going to win it. And Berger makes a bomb on 18 to send it to a playoff. And Akshay comes out on top, wins his first Bay Hill Invitational. And then another one here. Unfortunately, this is a loser, but Bo Horvat to score a goal. Mark Sheffley, or I believe that's pronounced correctly, to score a goal, and Joel Eriksson to score a goal. Joel Eriksson in a 5-0 win, unfortunately, did not score a goal. So, unfortunately, with all that, Rain Man still up on the money. Maybe not this week so far, but it is early. It is only Wednesday when we do these pods on Wednesday. You have a long time to get on top. And like last week, we're going to probably throw out something that will probably bring you home some money, like Jay did last week with Ricky Fowler coming in a top 10. That was a nice little win there for Jay. So listen to the pod, share your bets, guys. We'll talk about them on here. We obviously talk about what we're betting. So we want to hear what you're betting, so we can jump on some winners as well.
Let's do it. Thank you to Last Rep.
As always.
Yep. Salute.
Hey, before we jump in, is anybody watching the BYU game by any chance?
No.
Not.
You guys have probably seen it before. But you know how they light the Barclays Center floor up and they actually put the game highlights on the floor? That's still the coolest. That's still the coolest technology, man.
Hear so many people knocking it. It's a Big 12 tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear so many people on Twitter and stuff knocking it. I think it's dope. Like
I think it's awesome.
It's the home team's court on the ground, right? It's like the graphics of the home teams, and then they actually put highlights and shit.
They put highlights
like,
and stuff.
Like when they dunk, they like shatter the ground. Yeah, it's cool.
It's really cool.
What the hell?
Yeah. Well, it's it's the Twitterverse. It's the Xverse.
Correct.
It's a lot of people in basements that need to get out more. So,
yeah.
but listen to the podcast. Follow us at Cashbook Chaos Live on all the socials, please. Please feel free to comment.
Who's winning that game, Jack?
BYU, and I would like them to pull. I'd like them to pull away, and you'll find out why later.
Yeah. All right.
You guys want to get into the World Baseball Classic and the moronic coaching manager faux pas last night?
Yeah, I guess we should start with Bubba. What's the current score of the Italy-Mexico game?
I was just getting ready to say it's looking like he's going to be able to live that out and get past it because it's 5-0 Italy right now.
Oh, perfect. So that's a score we needed, really.
Yeah. So as long as it's not a tie, like you said, Jeff, going into extras. I know you mentioned before we hopped on that it could get a little dicey there, but they look good.
Yeah, as of right now, as long as the game doesn't go to extra innings, the United States is going to advance. So, okay. Yeah, man, Ash, I don't know what to think about that. He says that he misspoke. We were talking before we started the pod. I mean, there's stories out there that after they beat Mexico, they were out like partying until 2 a.m. So that makes you think that they really did advance. It's a cluster. No matter how you look at it, but like Bubba said, it looks like maybe they're all going to get saved and get in anyway. So I mean, it would be such an embarrassment if they didn't advance to the next round.
What's the next round look like for them? Does anybody know?
It'll depend probably if they're the 1 or the 2, but right now they'd be the 2, right? Because Italy beat them out of this bracket.
Yep.
So it's not. So looking at the schedule, we would. So Korea's already through, Puerto Rico's through, Canada and Japan. So I guess
but they wouldn't see Japan until the championship. So they would face a Dominican in the semis, I think, if they both get there.
Are we in Pool B?
Yes.
B. B? Okay.
We're
okay.
B.
I thought it
Pool
was
B.
C.
We'd be the second place of Pool B.
So we'd be playing we would play Canada on Saturday.
Okay.
The Olympic rematch. So they can, and that's just now. It's from here on out. It's 1 game elimination, correct?
I think so. Yeah.
So they have a chance to do something very funny and knock out the U.S. from baseball, and just take the crown of a sport we made like they did or we did to them.
Yeah, that would be annoying, but it's possible. Anyway, it's a mess. Hey, I mean, and the good news is, this thing keeps getting bigger and bigger every year. I mean, the Mexico-United States game the other night drew 5 million fans on Fox. I mean, that's a big number for, baseball game in March. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's doing well. It's turning into what everybody hoped it would be. Now we'll see what happens in a couple of years if they let the MLB guys go to the Olympics. Then it kind of blows up the WBC, but I have a feeling that's not going to happen. I just think they make too much money with this thing to get rid of it. So,
well, we'll see what happens, but let's remain patriotic, even though, speaking snafus take place from time to time. It's a good thing the Italians covered our bacon.
Well, so far anyway. I mean, let's not count our chickens, but it's looking good, right? It's looking good.
Well, we threw out pigs, bacon, chicken, eggs. We're out of farm animals. So moving on. We're smack dab in the middle of the conference tournaments, which is exciting. One of my favorite times of the year, as everybody knows. The last week's stuff, the mid majors, the lesser conferences. It's always kind of a crapshoot, but we were kind of talking about it towards the end of the weekend, Jeff. There's a lot of teams that, like, the bottom of this tournament's going to be weaker than years past. And a lot of the bubble teams that are their bubbles are getting popped this week. It's fascinating that they want to actually add more teams to this thing. And I get the money aspect of it, but a watered down version is not what the sport needs right now. But with that said, we've got all the big boys kicking off. We've got, ACC, Big East, SEC, Big 12. Everybody's in full swing. So do you want to go through tournament winners, who we think is going to punch the ticket to the majors?
Yeah, let's embarrass ourselves and make some choices here. So, you want to start with the ACC? I mean, I'll go first. Look, I want nothing to do with saying I think Duke's going to win the ACC Conference Tournament, but I just can't pick. I can't find another team that I think would upset them. So, I mean, the number is -330. At least that's the number I saw. I mean, if you pick anybody else besides Duke, it's like you're lighting the $100 on fire, right? I mean, if we're assuming we're gonna, do our normal experiment here, where we're gonna throw $100 on each of these choices. I mean, look, I'm gonna throw it on Duke. I mean, they're gonna win like $30. I'm gonna get my 100 back plus another 30. But betting on anybody else is just throwing the money out the window. So I'm going with Duke.
Yeah, I've got Duke -350 as well, and little quick jab here at the Hard Rock. Last year and other sports as well, they would allow you to parlay these types of plays, so you can catch a Duke at a -350, and whether you want to do like an Arizona or a UConn at +100, +105, you can get that to almost a plus number, and it makes it a little more palatable. So I don't know what's going on with the Hard Rock, but their app is slipping.
I got it this morning doing that, Jay. I put together a little parlay with all the conference tournament winners.
They let you do it?
Yeah, I think it's once the games start is probably when it gets a little squirrely. So once games end today, you might get it. But I did it this early this morning, so before games were going on.
I've literally tried every day since Friday of last week.
Yeah, I don't know why they wouldn't have had it, but yeah, I put together one this morning. So
they wouldn't let me put up golf matchups over the weekend in parlay format. So
you're on the list.
Maybe you've been blackballed. Maybe they're looking at you as like a sharp. Yeah, you're a sharp to them. Maybe.
I don't know. It's either that or it's racial.
If he is, he doesn't know about it.
Yeah.
If he is, he doesn't know about it.
Yeah, maybe they have you crossed with somebody else. Rain Man's account, apparently. That's getting all these winners.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you, Jeff. What do you got, Bubba?
For this exercise, I'm taking Duke too. I don't see anybody. I mean, the next best odds are Virginia at +650. I just don't see that happening. But for the sake of the tournament, Jay, to go back on your first point, I mean, I'm not as tuned in as college basketball as you guys are, but I mean, we're making it sound like there's not going to be any upsets, and I think we see an upset or two every year. I'm not saying like a 8 beats a 7. I'm saying like you guys, the way you guys are making it seem is like you don't think that any of these, 11, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 seeds can beat anybody. Is that the case, or is it something different?
No,
I'm taking
no,
Duke,
not,
by the
not
way, to win this.
yeah, not necessarily, Bubba. But what we're saying is it's just they're talking
It's
about
top heavy.
yeah, they're talking about expanding the tournament to like 96 teams, or
Yeah.
even I mean there's 128
That's
teams or
greedy.
whatever it is.
That's
I mean
greedy and it's worthless. Yeah, I agree with that.
yeah,
I'm out.
yeah, it's because
agree
we
with
could
that.
barely find 68 teams this year.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I mean
I get that point.
that's the main. But you're right. There'll definitely be upsets. It's just it probably won't like we could probably pick with real certainty at least 4 teams are going to the Sweet 16. I mean, 4 teams that just aren't going to lose. They're going to go to the Sweet 16.
Right.
It's not usually like that, So anyway,
Yeah.
Tyler, who do you got in the ACC this year?
Yeah, boring. I'm on Duke as well, which means surely someone's got to put money on any one of the other teams in the ACC, because if we're all on Duke, God knows the way it works. Someone put some money on Louisville to win or something like that. But yeah, I have Duke as well. Just really, I'm one of the top 4 teams in the nation, if not one of the best, is the best team. So
Yeah.
Hey, look, if we put the kibosh on Duke, I won't cry about it. But,
yeah, same.
I'd be shocked.
Same.
Yeah.
Same here.
So.
Yeah. Never a bad thing when Duke loses. All right, what about the Big 12?
Well, let's start with Tyler on this one.
I'm going with Kansas, and again, just from a gambling perspective, like their odds. Bill Self can maybe peel it together. I think they have like the 3rd best odds to win the conference. So I'm just going with Kansas, the Jayhawks. I'm rocking with the Jayhawks.
I like it.
Go ahead, Bubba.
I'm gonna put my $100 on Texas Tech at plus 1,800.
Okay.
Arizona. Arizona.
Yeah.
You're getting
plus 105.
You're getting plus money there. That's not a
Yeah, it's plus 105. It could be the best team in the country. Certainly the best team in that conference. They're healthy again, and when they're healthy, they're just tough to beat.
I'm going to swerve a little bit. I'm going to go to Iowa State. Good team, good defense, plus 650. I like the odds. Yeah, I like the odds, and they're a legitimately good team. So it's not like the ACC where you really can't. I mean, you could see 3 or 4 teams winning the Big 12. So
yeah.
This is definitely a conference I'll roll the dice a little bit and try to get some good odds. So Iowa State.
I kicked myself a little bit this morning. I saw that line at 11, and I was just like, that seems lowish high. And I was like, I don't have the right feel for it. It's an early game. Who knows what's going to happen? They're playing on the East Coast. It's weird. Like, why is the Big 12 playing in Barclay?
Yeah.
All that stuff. I was just like, I'll just stay away. And of course, I checked the score. They're up 30-something. I was like, fuck. So, all right. Big Ten. I'll kick us off with the Big Ten. I did swerve here as well, Jeff, mainly because the kid from Michigan that got hurt a week or 2 ago. I do think that's going to catch up a little bit. I think Indiana is going to make some noise and upset somebody along the way. I don't know who it's going to be. Hopefully it's not my pick, but I'm going to take the Illini at plus 450. I like the value there. I don't think Michigan State, we just saw it against Michigan the other day. I just don't think they have what it takes to get over the top. Doesn't mean they won't be a dangerous out in the tournament, but I'll take the 450 because I think Illinois can score and play D with Michigan.
Yep. I got Illinois too, plus 450, same odds as well. So, yep, they got the Eastern Europeans who have really come on as the year has gone along. They got like 3 Eastern Europeans that they brought in for this season, and those guys have played really well. So, yeah, I mean, look, again, you and I rolling the dice a little bit on them. I mean, they're certainly not the favorite. I think they're 3rd favorite in that conference, maybe second or 3rd favorite, but. Yeah. So I like Illinois too. It's good value. So I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean, Michigan deserves to be the minus 220 that they are. I just don't want to lay that.
Yep. Yeah, I hear you.
Bubba, Tyler.
I am going to take Michigan State. Give me the Spartans at plus 650
Okay.
600 according to the Action Network here. So, yeah, I like them. 25 wins, 6 losses. I mean, they're a legitimate team. They could win it.
Oh, yeah, no,
favorite.
that sounded crazy.
They're in the
pick.
tournament, so they can play. They get to play games to win it. That's for darn sure. I'm taking one that's further out than that. And I ride with this team normally when I don't have a dog in the fight. I agree with Jay that Michigan's probably the best team, but I just for the sake of this gambling, and in my parlay, I have Wisconsin. Wisconsin's played the good teams better than they played the bad teams. So maybe they've upset both Michigan, Illinois, Purdue recently. They have some of the better wins in college basketball this year. Now their record's not quite there, but they can play to these guys, so they're in these games, and maybe they just pull out some magic and pull it off. Plus 3,000 is the reason why they're my pick as well. But I'll go with the badges.
I like it.
We don't need a stinking badges.
Yeah.
Thinking badges.
Do we even want to talk about the Big East? I'm assuming that the top two gentlemen in this chat are going to take the UConn Huskies to win that.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, there's basically two choices. So, what's your choice, Tyler? Who you going with?
UConn. I'm riding with UConn as well.
Okay. I mean, they did have one of the worst losses in college basketball just a week ago. So you're aware of that, right?
Smart Hurley move. Make them feel like they don't know what they're doing and get thrown out of the game with 12 seconds or like 2 seconds left in the game.
Yeah.
Get ready to fire them up for the postseason.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Bubba, who do you got in the Big East?
I'm taking the Huskies too. I don't. I mean, if St. John's had a 2 or like a, if it was like plus 250, maybe. But
yeah.
But the Huskies UConn at minus 110 is good enough for me. And I like that. I like that they lost that game. I think it lights a fire under their ass, and I think they rolled through this tournament.
Yeah, well, I hope you're right, but yeah, I'm taking UConn too, and I'm guessing so is Jay. So
I got them at even money at plus 100. That was a no-brainer, and I told you I was buying them along the way. They bounced again to plus 1,600 for the whole thing, so I bought $100 of that stock as well.
All right. Yeah, not a lot to talk about there. So the last major conference is the SEC. Who do you got, Ash?
Reluctantly, I'm laying it again. I'll take the minus 170 for the Gators. I just think the way they've played the last 3-4 weeks, they're clearly the best team in that conference. There's a couple teams that obviously can give them a run, but they kind of buried those guys along the way. They smoked Arkansas. They smoked Alabama. Kentucky's way too wishy-washy. Almost gave it up again today. So I don't see anybody that's going to give them fits in the SEC tournament. They might catch the wrong matchup in the tournament or fall asleep at the wheel, but it's a well-coached team, got a lot of talent, and they're playing good basketball.
Yeah, honestly, I have nothing else to add. I got Florida too. Same reasons.
I'm on Florida as well. I'm even wearing the hat.
I'm on Florida as well. So.
Oh boy.
Yeah, dangerous game we're playing here, fellas. Dangerous.
I mean,
but
like but what you guys said is I mean,
we could all be right. We could all be right. Yeah, we could all be right, most certainly.
Yeah, so there's three conferences where we're all on the favorite, but again, I mean, it's not crazy. So.
Nope. All right.
All right. Well, let's switch then.
That Ben Stiller commercial is how many does the backflip off the stage.
Yeah. By the way, that parlay that I put in, Jay, it's the Gators, Huskies, Kansas, the Jayhawks, Duke, and then obviously Wisconsin. It's $1 bet that pays out almost $11.50. So
$11.50.
Yeah, $11.50.
Oof.
I'm gonna feel bad for you if
when
all those hit besides Wisconsin. Yeah.
If Wisconsin gets to that championship game, Jeff, that it will be electric. Give me to like the semifinals.
And hopefully there's a little cash out option there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, nobody will have won it probably.
Be an amazing hedge opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think the Big Ten does play on Sunday, right? Like their championship game is Sunday, I think.
Says they're all on
'Cause the
Saturday.
Big East-
Is it not Selection Sunday or is it Selection Monday?
Yeah, no,
But Big
some
Ten and
conference,
SEC.
some conferences. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Yep.
Yeah. Big Ten and SEC always finish up around 3:00.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right.
3:30.
Well, let's stick with basketball, and I guess we could talk about the story of the past 24 hours, and that's Bam putting up 83 in the NBA. I have some strong thoughts on this, but I'll save them. So, what are your guys' thoughts about Bam throwing up 83 in a NBA game last night?
I don't even have a lot of thoughts. It's like incomprehensible. The fact that it happened, I didn't see it. It wasn't on my radar. If Tyler doesn't send that text, you know, I think I stumbled on it this morning when I was reading some VSiN articles. You know what I mean? Like that 30 something. What do you hit? 34 foul shots.
43.
43.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
took. Yeah.
Yeah, it's that guy has no pedigree to be putting up that. His over-under for the game was 25. You know, if he hits 30, that's a big, big, big night for Bam. 7 3-pointers, like, you know, let him cook, but it felt very AAU-ish, if you will.
Fourth quarter for sure. If you watch some of the highlights and stuff. Now, I will say I did watch some highlights of it. I wasn't watching it. I saw when he had 31 in the first quarter. I think I might have said something to you guys. Even 31 and a quarter is crazy. To score 83 is wild. All the fouls in the first 2-3 quarters, they were fouls. It's just he just started playing bully ball towards the end of just downhill, just barely basketball to a degree. Especially towards the fourth quarter when you start fouling teams and stuff like that to get the record. And everyone said get the record. It's just to beat Kobe's record. It's not even the record because you weren't going to sniff 100. It's like people forgot that there's a guy that scored 100 points. The way people are like up in arms that he would ever dare pass up Kobe Bryant, which isn't even the record. So I don't know why it matters. If you get that close, you might as well throw everything at it. So it's cool. It's just a little weird that Bam Adebayo's got the second most points ever in the history of the NBA. It's just definitely again, Jeff, I said a weird trivia answer in a few years about Alec Pierce. Well, that would be the same thing for this in a few years for sure.
Bubba, any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, he definitely beat what Kobe was 81, right?
Yep.
Right.
But it just doesn't carry as much weight because like the legacy of Kobe, and obviously is just a much better player all around. So it doesn't carry as much weight for me. I saw some text come through. I definitely wasn't watching it. I mean, it's kind of cool that it's he plays for the Heat. It's a Florida team, but I got really nothing more than that. I don't. I agree with Tyler. He didn't break the record. He got more points than Kobe to move into second place, which is history, right? But he'll have that forever until somebody else breaks it. But from what you guys are telling me and from what I saw, like I saw his team missing free throws on purpose, or at least what it looked like. It just didn't seem authentic to me. But 83 points is fucking 83 points. I'm pretty sure if it was 5v1 and I was on the team with 5 and you gave me a full game and I got the ball every time, I wouldn't score 81. So
yeah, and it only got that crazy, Bubba, at the very end of the game of like just stupidity.
Yeah. I saw it was like 2 minutes left and they were just doing dumb shit like
that. He had like 61 in 3 quarters, so like he was balling clearly.
Yeah, but
no doubt.
This is the problem with Tankapalooza in the league right now.
Nobody's paying attention.
Well, forget about that. I mean, the reality is, and I've heard other people talk about it, like legitimate NBA analysts literally saying that they can't even find pictures of some of the guys that are on the Wizards roster.
Yeah.
Right. That's how obscure some of these guys are that are playing. Like they don't even have profile pictures. They could not identify what they look like. Like that's embarrassing for the NBA.
So
it really is.
I'll just jump on my soapbox for just give me 60 seconds here. What? By the way, what's the score of the Italy game?
6-0. 6-0 Italy still.
6-0. Even better.
All right.
No.
All right, beautiful. I like it. All right, so here's the deal. You guys touched on pretty much everything I want to talk about. Number one, Washington, I was going to call them the Wizards, but the Bullets. But Washington ran out basically a double-A team. If we're using baseball parlance, they ran out the double-A team last night. The other issue I have is that, and Ashton has heard me say this for the past couple of years, it's just the way that they play basketball down the NBA. It is just so easy to score. Okay, that's also something to keep in mind. But like you guys said, and I'll give him props. I mean, he had 31 points, after the first quarter. He had 46, I think, at halftime. Tyler, I think you said 61 or 63 after 3 quarters. Mm-hmm. So he was having a fantastic game. Despite the competition, he was having a fantastic game. The thing that pissed me off is, they start Bubba, you talked about it. Miami was purposely missing free throws, right, to get more possessions. They were fouling with like 3 minutes to go to get more possessions. That kind of shit,
up like 20
that's
too.
Kindergarten.
Like up 20 to 30 points. Like they were killing them.
No, it's a good. Yes. Thank you for pointing that out. Yes, they were up at least 25 points. So that's just kindergarten stuff. When I was 12 years old, we had the best team in YMCA, and me and one of my buddies, if we were up by enough points, we would F around and try to block the shots of the other guys on our team. You know what I mean? But we were 12. We weren't doing that shit when we were in the NBA. It's nonsense. I almost wish he had 70 points and they pulled him out with like 5 minutes to go in the game. I'd be more impressed than him having 83 with them pulling shenanigans. So yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's all I got to say about it. So,
well, point of order, since you're bringing up past basketball, I do believe after you and Norm graduated, I was going for 50 at Salem, and you guys literally jumped onto court and tried to tackle me, so I couldn't get there.
So you couldn't break my record. I think it was my record you were trying to break. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Luckily, I got there. Couldn't hold me down.
That's great.
Anyway,
but it's still crazy that someone scored 83 points like that. I don't think you could take it away from him. It's just weird the way it all worked out. But it is crazy.
Yeah, but that's the thing, right? I appreciate it. I want to give him credit for it. But then you say to yourself, it's fucking Bam Adebayo. Yeah. He's a very good player. This is to Ashton's original point. He's a very good player. He's a legitimate all-star, but he should not be scoring 83 points in an NBA game. He just shouldn't. Yeah. So,
yeah. Him scoring 50 would be wild. Him scoring 50 is crazy.
Yeah. Again, this goes back. Ash, you've heard me say this a million times. It goes back to just people that we, respected people that we pay attention to that follow the NBA, and they talk about how talented the NBA is. There's more talent in the NBA today than ever before, blah, blah, blah. And I push back on that because there's a lot of players that look extremely talented just because of the style of play that's in the NBA today. And I think that game last night is just a huge point, in my scorebook. So
no, that
anyway.
game that game is the stock game for the NBA now. That's what it was. At least at this point in the season. I'm not saying the beginning of the season, but at this point in the season, that's what it is. No fucking defense. People are tanking, running shitty roster, running starting fives out there, and then it turns into this shit.
The league is okay.
Yeah. Now, to be fair, real quick, we talked about Wilt's got obviously the record. There's no real video of that, but people who supposedly saw the game would say that they were pulling some shenanigans too to try to get him to the 100 points. Same thing with Kobe. He basically took every shot in the fourth quarter, in that game where he put up 81. So it's not like what all these games sort of have an asterisk to them. But again, when you're fouling with 3 minutes to go, up 25 points just to try to get your guys some extra possessions, that's where I just got to roll my eyes at that stuff. So
Yeah, it's happened in the NBA forever, but that may not have been what happened. Intentional fouling, literally intentionally fouling.
Yeah,
Well.
I mean, do you think Pat Riley was okay with that? I mean, no, I'm being honest with you. I mean, what do you think Pat Riley thought about what they were doing?
No, I'm sure he was shaking his head. I'm sure he was
Mhm.
trying to get messages down to Spoelstra, like, what the hell are we doing here?
Yeah.
And it just happened. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Washington clearly didn't care.
Yeah.
He culture, Jay. He culture.
Yeah. Hey, more people are talking about the Heat today than they have all season, so he probably should probably like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's not go too crazy on it for the sake of time, but what is your favorite story coming out of the first 2.5 days of NFL free agency? We got a little B12 shot of football injected in us. There was a little bit of chaos. The over-unders came out. Some head scratchers with, like, Cleveland at 6.5, not seeing it. Carolina 6.5. Just some interesting numbers out there. What did you guys take away from the first couple days?
Well, I'll tell you what I thought was really interesting, and this sort of came out today. So the Ravens obviously they backed out of that Crosby trade, right? And then they signed Hendrickson. They stole Hendrickson from Cincinnati. They gave him like 420 million. But the interesting thing is that I think it was the GM from Baltimore said that their plan was they wanted to trade for Crosby and they wanted to sign Hendrickson. Like they wanted to get both of those guys, which would have been pretty freaking crazy if they were able to pull that off. So, I thought that was really interesting. As a Steelers fan, I mean, they made some moves. I mean, getting Pittman as a number 2 receiver seems pretty good on paper. We'll see if it pans out. I mean, they still don't have a quarterback, so who knows who's going to throw the ball to them. But it was a crazy. I mean,
did you sign Dowdle too?
Mm-hmm.
They lost Gainwell and they replaced him with Donald. Got him for like $2 million cheaper. I mean, that's a good trade off in my opinion. So
yeah.
And plus Warren, they still got Warren, who's a really underrated and a really good back. So I like what the Steelers did. I mean, again, it's early, but as usual, crazy 24 hours. Bubba, what you think about the Bucks? They do anything that caught your eye?
I mean, yeah, not in a good way, in particularly, but I mean, obviously Evans is gone, and I think it was probably better thing for us. I mean, I would have loved for him to retire a Buck, but 3 years at his age, I don't know if that would have been a smart move, but you never know. I'm hoping though that they can make it up. We did not steal, but we got Gainwell from you guys, so he's with us, and that'll be a decent backup to Rachaad White, but or Bucky, I guess. But the Maxx Crosby shit is I want to know. I mean, obviously what it is. Everyone's saying medical. He probably did. It was something with the physical, but wasn't he the guy at the end of the Vegas season, like begging to play in games that didn't matter? So like, I just don't know if he was hurt. Would he be doing that? Maybe he got hurt after that. I don't know. So I wonder what that was. But how quickly can we get that guy to Tampa? Because he's a fucking beast, and like we could use him. So if the Bucks can get into talks with Vegas and see if they could scoop him up, that'd be fantastic. I think I saw Todd Bowles at the cigar bar today. He didn't look interested in free agency. My buddies are texting me saying, "Can you go stop by $1 and tell them that it's officially open free agency and they can do stuff?" So I think they made like 3 or 4 moves, nothing meaningful. So we'll see. It's not been exciting. It's been a little disappointing as a Bucks fan.
How would anybody tell by Todd Bowles' expression?
That is his excited face, Bubba. It's as excited as he got.
Yeah, true.
You need to burn him with the cigar torch. I have no skin in the Crosby game. He was hurt at the end of last year. The thing was, the rumor mill was he was seen playing basketball and dunking a basketball and saying he wanted to play, and the Raiders were effectively shutting him down because they wanted the first pick.
Right.
But obviously there was something there, but he's had a laundry list of items or, medical history. So who knows? And if it's a knee, structural for an interior or, an edge rusher, it's probably not hard to flag it. So it's interesting that the Raiders probably cleared him but you probably got to have something in the back of your head like, hey, a competent medical team's not going to approve this.
Yeah, or do they do it in bad faith? What is it?
Sure.
What does that look like?
Sure. But now it's interesting what you do because the Raiders spent all this money with the assumption that you don't have to pay Crosby anymore. I don't know how that's going to work out because they backed up a truckload of money and brought in, 8 guys on day 1 and 2?
Yeah, they. I mean, I don't know if that's going to completely change, and they're going to have a rookie quarterback, but they're loaded up. I mean, they're going to be better than they were last year, I think, for sure.
Yeah, if I'm a Bengals fan, I'm nervous because now you got a motivated Trey Henderson going against, a still bad offensive line, so Burrow can't be happy. I was the biggest thing for me was I was a little shocked with and I think I texted you guys. Alec Pierce is a good receiver. He had a really good year last year. He's sneaky fast. He's sneaky good route runner. He catches touchdown passes. Fuck, man, you're bringing Danny Dimes back again, and he's on a bad leg, plus another injury on the other leg. And at the end of the day, he's still Daniel Jones. So I get it. He was, off to a really good start before he got hurt, but now he's coming back from an injury. Jonathan Taylor's another year older. You lost your second receiver, and your defense is somewhat suspect, right? You gave up a ton for Sauce Gardner, who came in and got hurt right away. Probably should have flagged his physicals before he came on board anyway. So I think they're a banana peel away from, hammering depending on what they do the rest of the offseason, I might hammer that under.
Did you see? Yeah. I mean, talking about Jones, did you see the deal they gave him? Because we were talking the other day about the transition tag, but they actually signed him today to. I mean, it's only 2 years, but they're giving him like it's like $88 million guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
It could be up to $100 million. So they're paying him almost $50 million a year for the next 2 seasons. So it's I don't know, man. It's crazy. So
new nicknames, Double Dimes.
I mean, again, it's only 2 years, right? So I mean, that's a good part of the deal. But crazy money, man, crazy money.
Oh, that's 2 years. Steichen can find a new job. What do you think? What do you think, Tyler?
The Crosby thing's weird, and obviously you guys have all talked about it. I did see a bunch of ex-NFL guys saying this isn't the first time Baltimore has done something like this, of like getting a big name, doing a physical, and then not bringing them in. And they're saying that they might be doing it strategically because they can see what kind of, when they make that domino fall, what happens, and then they can react off of it. Because he did have surgery. So he had surgery in January for his meniscus. Mm-hmm. So like, who's going to pass if it's a 6-month rehab? Well, he's not going to pass a physical right now. He just had surgery in January. So maybe he's not as far along as they'd like, but like that seems odd to me for sure. And when you have ex guys that kind of know the game, and definitely hear things more than what we hear things, it definitely raises your brow to it. If one team has done it several times, that's odd. So that's a weird one. I do agree. I think it might benefit the Raiders this year. So it'll be cool to see that whole thing work out. Bucks, I'm with Bubba. They lost in free agency when they kept their coach. So it really doesn't matter what you did in free agency because you still have the head coach that you have. So it really doesn't matter. I'll probably, and as a fan, I won't actually put money on it, but don't be shocked if the Bucks are very bad this year and we're in the mode of being very bad for a little bit, because we weren't very good last year. Really, we won a lot of close games. We could have won 3 games last year probably, even though we could have made the playoffs still at the end of the year. So Bucks wise, that all sucks. And if I'm JSN and some of these younger wide receivers, I gotta be loving the fact that Alec Pierce is signing for fucking as much money as he signed. Because how are you gonna back up the Brinks truck for those guys that are actually legit 1-1 guys that will get you 10 catches a game with 200 yards? I mean, you can't pay them enough money apparently.
And didn't JSN, I mean, just come out a few days ago saying that he thinks he should be the highest paid receiver? So yeah,
I mean, I would
yeah.
agree with him. Maybe. I mean, he's definitely one of the top
Mhm.
5 receivers in the league. So
Yeah.
coming off a Super Bowl, I mean, he might be the best receiver in the league.
He currently makes less money than Shaheed on his team.
He makes less money than probably like 20 wide receivers in college.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Realistically, like legitimately would make more money if he played at USC right now.
Yeah, no, you can go back to
So-
Ohio State and pick up 8.
Yeah. But I'm interested to see how it all
Real
shakes
quick.
out for everyone. That's for sure. There's not been a couple cool moves, but we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, just back to Crosby for a second. Two things. So his doctor did come out today saying, "Hey, he's right where he should be for this type of surgery." So,
Yeah.
he's like, he was basically like, "I have all the respect in the world for the Ravens, physicians, blah blah blah," but
But-
he's exactly where he should be. Yeah, I mean, and then the other thing is from the Ravens standpoint. I mean, they were giving up 2 first-round picks, so if they really didn't feel comfortable about what they saw, I can't blame them for backing out of it. So.
For sure. We don't want to touch on
Yeah.
Geno Smith being the Jet again.
No, not really.
Poor Jets fans. Poor Jets
No.
fans.
I mean, look, they got some talent though. I mean, he's got talent around them. They
Sure.
got receivers. They got a running back. So I mean, I would I be shocked if he actually has a pretty good year next year? No, I guess I wouldn't be. So
We'll see. We'll see how it all shakes out.
Yeah.
That's for darn sure.
real quick before we start getting into our categories and stuff, I just I'm remiss as we talk about the NBA for a second. I didn't talk about Jason Tatum, and happy to have him back. I mean, he's a little rusty, obviously, but he looks healthy. He's moving really well. So, throw some money in the Celtics, fellas.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously the teams out west are still the favorites, but it wouldn't be like the craziest thing in the world if the Celtics, if everybody stays healthy. It wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world if the Celtics win the championship. So it's worth throwing some, throw $25 on them. Try to win $300.
2-3. All right, let's jump into the categories.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, go ahead, Ash. Start. What's your lock? Lock of the day or lock of the week or whatever.
Yeah, so last week it was SMU minus 1.5. They lost on the floor. So what do? I go right back to 1.5 and I lay it with FAU. So I like Florida Atlantic tonight in a 8-9 matchup, and I just think they're going to squeak by. That's it.
All right.
No fancy metrics.
All right. Last week I had the Sixers minus 7.5. They won the game, but they didn't cover, so that's a loss for me. This week I have Denver minus 6.5. Denver has been perplexing over the past couple of weeks, and I'm just looking for them to break out of their malaise. So Denver minus 6.5.
There you go.
Like it.
All right. Last week I had Czech Republic plus 6.5 in a baseball game, and I think they lost by 7. Is that correct?
They did. Yeah, they did.
That is fucking great. This week I have the Dominican Republic in a World Baseball Classic game, and I believe they're up. I think Soto hit a 2-run dinger. I just can't find the score. Let me see here. Get a score check on that.
You're up 4-3. It's a little bit of a ball
Okay.
game right now.
Yeah, need some work. Need some work there.
Very nice. I had the Milwaukee Bucks last week minus 1. They got trounced by the Hawks. So that was fun. This week, I'm taking a team that has not been playing good hockey, but they are a good team, and they will figure it out. So I'll take the money line Tampa Bay Lightning minus 180. They got to get on the win column. They've had a couple bad losses in a row, so I see them bouncing back and getting a win here. Tomorrow night. I believe it's tomorrow night. And I'll jump right into my prop of the week. If we want to go to the prop,
Yep.
My loss last week was Eichel 2 goals. He did not score 2 goals. This week, I'm taking 2 hole-in-ones at the Players Championships. Not on 17, just in general. 2 hole-in-ones. The third hole is a very makeable par 3, and they put that pin on Saturday and Friday in a good little spot on 17 that you can spin it back and get into the hole. So 2 hole-in-ones pays plus 325 for 2 hole-in-ones on
wow.
the Players Tournament.
Okay.
I like that.
Oh.
I like that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I like that a lot.
You will not make
It'd
a
be
hole
nice
in one on like 16, I think it is, or 15. The par 3,
15?
it's like 240. But
Yeah.
2 of
Yeah,
them, you
I
might
like
get a
it.
chance.
I wish they would put something on like day 1 hole-in-one as well.
You can.
That would be fun.
You can,
Yeah?
Jay. Yeah, they have. You can pick days for hole-in-ones on our friends at the Hard Rock. So they're coming back in their good graces here. But you might want to get on it before tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I've got a feeling my Hard Rock app is different than your guys' Hard Rock app.
It gives
I'm
me all
telling you,
these
dude,
things I can bet because they know I'm going to lose. They know I'm going to lose it.
No, I'm telling you, dude, they got you earmarked as a sharp, so they're limiting what you can do. I'm telling you.
It's stupid. I got icon status, and then I'm putting them in fuck off status. I don't like it.
Yeah, they don't care about that shit. All right, Bubba, who's your prop?
All right, let's get to these props here. I have Durant. I've been kind of hot with the NBA points over. So I had Luka 2 weeks ago. Then I had Kawhi. He had 29, so he hit that for over 27.5 last Wednesday. And I'm taking Durant tonight over 24.5.
The burner.
The burner.
The burner. I like that nickname. That's a good
It's
one.
a great nickname.
Yeah, I mean, we got to give credit to the Simmons or Pod or whatever, but yeah, that's funny. So I've had some bad luck with Donovan Clingan the past couple of weeks. 2 weeks ago, he didn't play. He got sick before the game and didn't play. Last week, I think he had like 9 or 10 points in the first half and then got kicked out because of a bogus flagrant 2 call. But anyway, so I lost last week because he got kicked out of the game. This week I'm going with not necessarily my favorite player in the world, but Karl Anthony Towns, who's been hot recently, and plus, he 21 points is minus 113. So that's what I'm going with. Towns minus 113 to score at least 21 points tonight.
All right. Well, last week I bounced back in the prop bets. I had Russell Henley top 10 plus 225. I had $100 ticket on that, so that was a nice cash. Had a nice week in golf last week, including my play here this week at better odds, which is shocking to me. But I had Ricky Fowler last week top 10. This will be my prop play. He's plus 350 to top 10 at a place where he's won before. He's playing good golf. Like I said last podcast, I thought last week could be a sneaky play for him. He looked like he was going to make a move, but Berger was too far out in front. He just never got there on Sunday. But I like him this week. I actually like to sprinkle in a little half unit on him to win as well, and might even look for a top 5 out of Ricky this week.
All right. And how about your dog?
My dog, I've got a really weak dog tonight because it's even money, but it was thin pickings on tonight's games, and the early college games were nothing to get crazy on. So I've got the Timberwolves tonight, even money, coming off a bad loss to a non-LeBron Lakers team, which we're finding out that the Caucasian version of the Lakers is actually better than the normal team. But I just think that Minnesota already played the Clippers tough at home, and I think they do it again. I think the defense is too much, and I'll take a small money, pick 'em game and call it a dog.
How about last week?
Last week I had Texas plus 230. They got beat on the floor, just like they got beat on the floor here tonight too.
Maybe that's a lesson for you.
Yeah, I didn't stay. I stayed away from them.
Last week I had the Hurricanes to win outright at plus 105. That actually came through, so that was a W for me. This week I have the Georgetown Hoyers at plus 105. Just a coincidence there with the odds, but I got Georgetown winning tonight at plus 105 in the Big East tourney. So
Let's go. I like that.
Go. All right. I actually already hit my underdog of the week. I did put it in before the game was over, or before it started, actually. Florida State basketball plus 135. They were playing Cal in the ACC tournament, and they were a dog, and I took them.
All right.
Last week,
they won.
last week I had Australia baseball plus 185.
Did they win?
They did. They did.
All right. There you go.
Last week I had the Knicks plus 200. They lost. This week I'm going to take the Miami Hurricanes to
Good
beat
bet.
the Louisville Cardinals. They literally just played like last week. Louisville won, so I'm just going to take the strategy of take the other side. Hard to beat a team just back to back like that. It was a close game. They only won by 3. So I'll take the Canes in the tournament. Plus 115.
That's tomorrow, right? That's
yes,
tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow night. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Excellent.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Good luck,
All right.
everybody.
Bragging rights.
All right.
Bragging rights.
Last week, this was the Thunder, SMU minus, I believe this is 1.5, Villanova minus 2.5, and Russell Henley. Clearly a Jason pick. When we have golf,
This was a 3-1 ticket that should have won and should have paid that man his money. But we already know SMU lost to the floor. It sucked.
tough.
I didn't like it.
Bubba,
Alrighty, let's see.
you had
here.
South Korea and Czech Republic to have over 11.5 runs. Taiwan, not Chinese Taipei, to win the money line in their game, and then you had Notre Dame and Florida State money line. Not sure which one let you down there, or do we have bragging rights?
We do not have bragging rights. This is a complete loss. I think I might have hit one of the 3. I think Taiwan is the only game that won. I think all the other 3 lost.
Ugh.
Tough.
Ta-
Jeff?
Taiwan to win bragging rights.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is almost a weekly occurrence for me. I went 3-1. The one loss being the Bucks. Tyler, you mentioned you just got you got hit by them too with your I think they were your lock of the week or whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, so 3-1, which is a loser, unfortunately.
Yeah, and they got beat by like 22. Like it was
Yeah,
a close game. That's fucking tough.
Yep.
But we go on to this week. Jay, I believe this is you. Lead us off.
Jay is already getting cash out offers from his friends at the Hard Rock here. But we've got 25 pays 601 UCF in overtime fashion, 9 seed upsetting the 8 seed at a plus odds play. BYU just steamrolled. I forgot who they played. That's how bad they beat
West
them.
Virginia?
West Virginia laying 4.5, won by 20. I already gave my lock of the week at FAU minus 1.5, and Jeff, I was going to put Georgetown as my dog, but again, you can see here that they were actually a favorite, small favorite, on the Hard Rock. So I shifted out of that position, but I did put them in here. So I've got 2 legs to close out, 9 o'clock coming up, and I've got some basketball to watch.
All right.
Exciting
Nice,
stuff.
man. Good luck. Yep.
Thank you.
It's actually it's been a while since we had a W, so I'm rooting for you.
We need it.
Yeah.
Jeff, I believe this is you.
Yep, I got the Minnesota the Timberwolves winning outright against the LA Clippers. I got the Jazz plus 14 against the Knicks. The Jazz are crazy. I mean, they either the Jazz are basically trying to tank, but they keep winning or coming very close to winning a lot of games. So plus 14, I'm going to take that number. Raptors minus 2.5 to win outright against the Pelicans, and then my boy Joker over 51.5 points to rebounds, assists tonight. So, like I said earlier, I like Denver in that game, and if they're going to win, it's he's obviously going to have a big game. So I'm going to ride that train. Oh, so it plays it's plus 1263, which 25 would pay around 340.
Beautiful. Round us out, Bubba.
Righty, I am not playing to win a lot here, but 25 to win 148 and some change.
Wow.
It would still be a bragging rights. So I got some big money lines mixed in with some spreads. So Utah Jazz plus 14 tonight. I got the Denver Nuggets to win outright. I got Clemson to win their game outright, and I got Oklahoma State plus 7. 25 pays close to 150. We need a winner, fellas. We need a bragging rights winner here.
Yeah, so Bubba, you and I, Bubba, you and I got two. I mean, you and I got the exact with the Jazz plus 14. It's exact. I mean, I'm giving the points in that Denver game, but anyway, we got two games that we're paying attention to. But yeah, Ash, I mean, you're already up 2-0. So again, I hope you get the W, brother.
Me too. Thank you.
We can only hope.
That's it. All right. Well, that wraps up a 4-hour podcast by the Casual Chaos crew. I'd like to thank everybody for stopping by on a Wednesday night. This will be up Thursday. You can find it on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your pods. As always, follow us on the socials at Casual Chaos Live, X, TikTok, Instagram. If you are listening and you are participating in the NCAA tournament, conference tournament, get your tickets in. Let's talk about what's going on. Let's celebrate the wins. Let's MF the losses. Let's have some fun. It's the most wonderful time of the year, the song says. So on that note, we're going to sign off. I'm Jay Ash for Jeff, Bubba. Bye.
Peace.
Bye, everybody.
Hi, everyone. This is Jay Ash, one of the hosts of the Casual Chaos podcast. Podcast you are about to listen to discusses gambling and wagering on sporting events. Please be advised the gambling and sports wagering content during this podcast is for informational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute financial or gambling advice. Sports wagering involves significant risk. If you choose to gamble, please do so responsibly and only gamble with funds that you can comfortably afford to lose. All opinions, wagering tickets discussed, or implied wagers on the Casual Chaos podcast are not guarantees to result in financial gain. You must be 21 years or older or of legal gambling age in your jurisdiction to participate in sports wagering. Please verify the gambling and sports wagering laws and regulations within your jurisdiction prior to placing bets. Listeners are solely responsible for their own wagering decisions and outcomes. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, help is available. Call or text the National Problem Gambling Helpline at 1-800-GAMBLER. That's 1-800-426-2537. We encourage everyone to engage with sports betting responsibly. The host and the Casual Cast podcast assume no liability for any losses incurred as a result of listening to this content.